Sullivan's Crossing Season 3 finally touched on one of the most ridiculous aspects of the series, but did very little to help the absurd piece of Maggie Sullivan's story make more sense. Throughout the first seasons of Sullivan's Crossing, there were a lot of logistical pieces that needed to slide into place in order to make Maggie's, Morgan Cohen, time in Timberlake make sense. While Maggie returned to her hometown after finding herself facing a medical malpractice suit, her relationship with her father Harry Sully Sullivan, Scott Patterson, was tougher for her to figure out as she unraveled her complicated past. Sullivan's Crossing Season 3 found the father-daughter duo in a better place, but Maggie's professional struggles were somewhat more highlighted this past season. Throughout Sullivan's Crossing, Maggie has developed a relationship with Timberlake's newest resident, California, Cal Jones, Chad Michael Murray, that's left her struggling about staying in her hometown or returning to Boston, where her mother and stepfather raised her after leaving Sully behind. Maggie, an accomplished neurosurgeon, put a huge part of her life on hold to come back to Timberlake once the lawsuit was cleared up. While Maggie's focus on medicine has been at least somewhat more minimal as she spent time with her father and Cal at Sullivan's Crossing, it became clear throughout Sullivan's Crossing Season 3 that Maggie's medical background wasn't something she wanted to give up entirely. Now, after addressing one of the strange pieces of her story, Sullivan's Crossing left viewers with more questions than answers. Maggie's medical prowess often feels overwrought. She's painted as a prodigy. Maggie with Jed and Marissa Sullivan's Crossing. Throughout Sullivan's Crossing, there's been a universal truth accepted by viewers and Timberlake residents alike. Maggie, who returned to Timberlake after years away, is an accomplished neurosurgeon who can help in any medical situation faced within the small town. While Maggie, who trained to be a doctor after seeing her stepfather's medical journey, is still young, she's apparently had an illustrious career. Despite knowing that Maggie's career is just getting started, the residents of Timberlake all seem invested in the fact that she's already a great doctor. Not only is she able to help in emergency situations, Maggie appears to often consult or advise people around town about general medical issues. While it's not necessarily always sound advice, Maggie knows what she's talking about. While Maggie's definitely been trained as a surgeon, the fact that everyone seems to believe she's a prodigy when it comes to medicine is sometimes hard to believe. Maggie's emotional whiplash, which often leaves her uncertain about what she's doing next, makes it tough to believe she was able to consistently work through complex, draining surgeries as part of a complex hospital ecosystem. Sullivan's Crossing highlighted Maggie's inability to practice medicine in Canada throughout Season 3. She's licensed to practice medicine in the US. Morgan Cohen as Maggie, looking up, in Sullivan's Crossing. Image via CW. As Maggie trained to be a doctor in Boston, her medical license is US-based and thus isn't transferable to practicing medicine in Canada. Maggie, who came to be a doctor because of her close relationship with her stepfather, has frequently helped in medical emergencies as early as Sullivan's Crossing Season 1. While she's qualified, she's not legally allowed to practice medicine in Canada. Timberlake and the Crossing itself, located in a beautiful area of Nova Scotia, both have rescue teams, hospitals full of doctors, and other medical staff that appear to be readily able to help the population. While Maggie has been a resource in some more difficult moments, she's often shared that she's not allowed to be practicing medicine in Timberlake or around Canada at all. While Sullivan's Crossing Season 3 did allow Maggie to step into a consulting role at one point, the show went too far at the end of the season when Maggie was allowed to operate on Edna Crane Bear, Andrea Menard. Though she did get a temporary license that allowed her to legally perform surgery in Canada, the ease with which she was able was unrealistic. The show allowed Maggie to consult and practice with ease, despite claiming it would be impossible. Maggie consulting would have been far more difficult. Morgan Cohen's Maggie Cohen sits looking thoughtful in Sullivan's Crossing. Image via CTV/CW. Throughout Sullivan's Crossing Season 3, Maggie was told time and time again that her medical assistance wasn't helpful for the rescue team, the doctors in the hospital, and others working around Timberlake. While Maggie's storyline didn't revolve around medicine for the first time all series, she was still there to help when things went wrong, albeit with a bit more pushback than before. Despite knowing that Maggie was finding herself struggling with her identity outside of being a neurosurgeon, she was making strides in her relationships and her general sense of self without the added distraction. Even so, when Maggie was pulled in to perform surgery, it became clear that she wasn't finding it easy to stay out of the mix when it came to medicine.